Is it finally the time for Guardiola to win his first Champions League without Messi and his team? Or is it finally the time for Manchester City to win their first European trophy in their history? 2023 Champions League final, Manchester City versus Inter Milan is happening in 2 days. Are you guys excited? If you're excited, stay tuned. We're gonna get into the predictions. We're gonna get into the strong points of each team, their weak points, and we're gonna see which of the two teams is gonna be more likely to be champions. So we're gonna start with Inter. Inter, a big team with a big history. They've won the Champions League before. This season particularly hasn't been a great season for them, but towards the end, they've actually been really good. They've been consistent. They've been winning a lot of games. They've won 2 cups so far. And if they end up winning the Champions League, it's going to be a trouble for them. But right now, let's get into the strong points. The biggest strong point is defensively, they are tough. They are tough. Haaland is probably going to have the toughest night he's ever had in a Champions League game with Inter Milan, because I watched the games that Milan had to play against them, AC Milan. They haven't been conceding a lot of goals in the knockout stages. They've only conceded 3 goals against Benfica. They already qualified. They had nothing to play for, so they were just basically defending for the whole second leg. So yeah, defensively, they are really solid. It's going to take a lot of creativity of De Bruyne or something of magic to break that defense. We'll see. And their second strong point is that they have a really strong midfield with Barella, Çalhanoğlu, and Brozovic or Mkhitaryan. It's a really strong midfield. It's not a coincidence that they are in the Champions League final. With the midfield and the defense they have, they're going to be a really compact team, and it's going to be very hard to break through that team. Unlike how they were going through Real Madrid like it was nothing. It's not going to be as easy, trust me. And the third one is that they have really good strikers. Lautaro Martinez is going crazy in 2023. I know he was horrible in the World Cup for Argentina, but that was another level of pressure. But with Inter, he's been clutch. He was very important for them in the last cup. In the last cup final win, he scored 2 goals against Fiorentina. He was he's been very clutch with Inter. And even Lukaku coming off the bench, he's very good. Edin Dzeko, he used to play for Man City. He's the big man, the tall guy. Every ball that goes in the air, he's going to be there. With DiMarco being a guy that is very good at crossing, his crosses, he's going to be there. But their weak points is that they are a team that is not consistent. They have a new coach, Inzaghi. He's still building the team up. And that's the reason why this season has been horrible for them. They haven't been consistent. They are a team under pressure that can break easily. With how good Manchester City is with pressing, I think Inter might break. But this is going to be a final. If Inter is playing 100%, if they want to give it 100% and stay compact, they can hold. But at times they can leave a lot of space behind. They're very inconsistent. That's the best way to put it. In possession, they can be sloppy. They can be inconsistent with their transitions. They don't look as fluid as a team that's, again, they haven't been with the coach for long. That might be the reason why, but they don't look fluid in their build up. So that's the issue with that team, and that might cost them a lot against a Manchester City team that has been in the building for a long time now, and a team that is mature. Inter is the opposite. So now we're going to dive into Manchester City strong points and weak points. So Manchester City, We all feel like Manchester City is perfect right now since the way they've been going this season. We have talks about them being one of the best teams of all time. In case of them winning the treble, they can compare it to the Barcelona of Guardiola and the Manchester City of Sir Alex Ferguson. That's incredible things. Just being compared to those teams just says how much of a good team they are, right? But honestly, this team doesn't have much weakness. The biggest weakness they have is their mental fragility, which cost them a final against Chelsea. Chelsea was way inferior to them. They still lost that final against Chelsea, and I think that hurt them. They went through so many comebacks, especially that one against Real Madrid when they already won the game last year. But this year, they had two big tests. They had Bayern, they had Real Madrid. They had to overcome that. It seems like they've been doing better. We don't know if they're going to be able to overcome all that pressure, because right now, Inter Milan doesn't have any pressure. If they lose the final, everyone's going to say, oh, we expected them to lose. But Manchester City, you cannot lose, bro. Manchester City, you cannot lose. So they have all the pressure mounted onto them. And since Manchester City is a team that plays really high, and Inter is a team that is really good at counterattacks, so they can get caught up at any time, and Inter can score once or twice. And since Inter is a team that's really compact and can defend really well, that goal can get stuck for a while, and Inter might pull it off. So we never know what could happen. And everyone's saying Manchester City are going to win and everything. Even if Manchester City are a way better team, is the team that I would want to win, I still think Inter can still be considered favorites because they have a history of winning that competition. They've won it 3 times. Manchester City's never won any European trophies before. Inter, they have none to lose. They have 0 pressure on them. Manchester City have all the pressure on them. So it's going to be a great game or a bad game. We'll never know, but I hope it's going to be a great game, man. All the finals have been, most of them have been really boring. I hope this is going to be something that is going to be memorable. But what I think is going to happen is this game's going to be tight. It might even go into extra time, and Inter can always win. But I think if Manchester City gives it 100%, they might be able to win it by 2-1, 3-1. If Inter win, it's going to be just by 1 goal difference. For me, I think Manchester City are going to win, but to me, Inter is still not a team that we should just look at and say, ooh, they've been so bad, they're going to lose. So this is my prediction. Let me know what you think. Let me know your prediction in the comments, and I'll see you after the finals. Come on, City.